Good morning, everyone. We are now recovering from what looked to have been a virus. Yesterday was basically a lost day, but the weather was bad anyway, so it is what it is. This morning we woke up feeling a little bit better. Said, let's start off today. We're going to walk to Bingo Sports. We're going to see if they have any new inventory from last time. I mean, they only keep 5 or 6 cars at a time. We'll go check it out anyway. That's what I like to do every week or so, just to see what's going on. And then maybe we'll finally go to Akihabara, but not in the evening. We'll probably even go to Super Potato and see some retro stuff. Anyway, we'll take it from there. Just to give you an idea, they have 3 Koenigseggs in there. They have a Jesko, a Regera. They have an Agera XS. They had a 722. They still had that same Apollo. They have the Miura SVR 1 of 1. They had the standard F40, not the one with the aftermarket LM package. They had the Singer. They had the 356 Bonsai. And what else did they have? I think that was... Oh, yes. And no, I already mentioned the McLaren. But every time you come here, they usually rotate 1 or 2 cars. This time it was 2 different cars, both the Jesko and the 722. So anyway, we'll head out with the rest of the day. We'll go for a walk maybe, just see what's happening. We won't do anything too intensive today either. Still recovering. I'm at maybe 75-80%. By tomorrow, I should be 95%. It's also very cool to see that they're able to have this, where they have tens of millions of dollars in a showroom within close proximity, and no one is stupid. I feel like you can't do that in 99% of places in the world. Here they just let you walk in completely unsupervised. You just hang out in there. I mean, we were a few people in there. Now there's nobody in there. But we were a few people in there and we were just hanging out. And nobody says anything. You can just do what you want. You look, you just don't touch. That's the only rule. You don't touch, you don't cross the lines. You look, take photos, take videos, have a discussion. Very cool. Not very often you see the V12 models. Let's get out of the way so the bike can pass. Not very often you see the V12. This is what this street looks like on a normal weekday. Not a holiday, not a weekend, but this is what the street looks like. Let's get a clip here. No specialty cars in sight. I wonder if that Shake Shack is still full. Likely is. That place is always packed, it seems. Probably not even open at this time. Yeah, that's just tempting. You have to sell on it. You see a bench like this, you have to take a seat. It's just what it is, you know. I don't make the rules. So we're just gonna sit here and hang out for a bit. Drinking this. Actually, let me hide the name because they don't sponsor me. You definitely don't know what this is now because I hid the name. But we're drinking this right now just to get some sort of vitamins and other chemicals in us. Man, whatever spray that pharmacist gave me yesterday, that was crazy. Brought me back to life. I've never recovered from a virus that fast in my entire life. Anyway, we'll cut the camera and we'll just enjoy the nature for the next 30 or so minutes. Alright, you guys don't even know what just happened to me. My heart rate, I can't even breathe. I'm sitting on this bench and this green spider jumps on me and it started crawling on my arm and it started trying to attack me and invade me and like lay eggs in my ears, and I'm never sitting on another bench ever again in my entire life. Wow, look at him. Jesus Christ, that's what I get. I can't even talk right now. My heart rate is like... Never sitting on another bench ever again. Never. We stand from now on. Wow, I feel so uncleansed right now. I definitely have spider eggs festering all over me right now. They're getting in my ears and stuff, my nostrils. Man, is this Shake Shack open? Let's go get another burger. You know what I just thought of? I was sick all of yesterday, and the day before that, I had Shake Shack. And the last time I had Shake Shack, which was the first time, was in October 2022 at Woodbury Outlets on my way to New York to meet some of my absolute boys. And I got food poisoning. Did the Shake Shack poison me again? Maybe to not, or to get unpoisoned, you have to have it 2 times consecutively. Quickly. So you know what? Maybe we'll get Shake Shack again, and that's gonna undo the poison. Man, I can't believe I just got attacked by a and then they, people, they say, oh, well, the spiders, they're scared. No, they're not. I've never once seen a spider ever be scared of anybody or anything. They are predatory creatures. If they decide to work together as a group, they would take over the planet. But thankfully, they're all greedy predators, solo predators, and they don't do that. Let's go to Shake Shack if it's opened. Let's go. Can we jaywalk on weekends? I mean, on weekdays. Oh man, now my ear itches. Is it the spider with the eggs? What do I do? I'm so confused. I'm never sitting on another bench ever again in my entire life. My legs are all itchy. I'm so confused. I don't even know what's happening anymore, man. I don't even know. What are we doing? Let's just walk. Let's just get out of here. Let's just walk. We are back from having Shake Shack. We're now about 200 meters out. It's somewhere around down there. We are now going to be heading to the park across from here, where it looks like there's some sort of marathon going on from the last time we were here. Looks like there's some remnants of it. And I just realized right now I am sitting on a bench when I said I wasn't going to do that anymore. I am too weathered to get up right now. So we're just really taking it easy today because we're still recovering from, what am I talking about? Just cut this whole clip. That is a lot of salarymen. Just the common Japanese salaryman stereotype. They are everywhere. Good morning, everyone. We are the next day. So after leaving that one street where I got attacked by a spider, it was too overwhelming. Plus with the virus that I'm currently combating, I said, let's just call it a day. So that's exactly what we did. But this morning now we're feeling a little bit better. Feeling less overwhelmed from the spider attack, and decided to walk around Yoyogi Park once more. Great little peaceful park. We'll see what the day brings us. Maybe finally we'll go back to Akihabara during the day. It's like 3-4 days I've been saying that. After we had that disappointing evening where everything was closed at 8:25, finally we'll go. We'll visit even Super Potato. Everybody keeps telling me to go there to see the retro stuff. Last time I was there, it was okay, but prices were crazy. Let's go back. Let's see if, things actually do sell. Last time I was there in September, noticed there was a lot of people in the store, nobody at the cash register. We're gonna take a look. We'll see how we feel. Every time I see this, I say, what is everybody taking a photo of? Let's go look. And then I'm usually disappointed. But we'll go look. Everybody's taking a photo. Let's see. And it looks like it's a photo of the gate. The same gate at every other entrance of this park. Interesting. Wait until they see the nicer gate on the inside. That gives even better photos. Let's head out of here. Adult amusement park. My cousin Adam can't come here. Absolutely not. He
he would spend way too an unnecessary amount of time there. Absolutely not. Nope. Bad idea. Won't tell him about this. Some of the games are Japanese, but...
Oh, you're filming?
Yeah.
I brought my DJI. Way to like get it in English, right?
Yeah, I mean, 440, you know, 22, 220, 200. Crazy.
On my phone a lot too. I feel like a sicko.
Look at these ones too, these prices.
Fuck, this game was lit. Panzer Dragon? Dude, that's so cool.
We have the Game Boy Advance games, even in the box. Check this out, like in the box. Ice Age, that's funny.
So sick.
This was a good game.
This is the...
You're reading that price right, that's 500,000.
It's crazy, bro. Game music is kind of cool. If I still had a car open up for CDs, I would rep this.
Fantasy Star.
Yeah, my friends used to play that. Game Zelda Swing.
Get the
To
Zelda
get that
Swing.
for Dro, dude, he would shit himself. Please stab the bag.
Yeah, exactly. Never heard of half the stuff here.
No, I doubt we got it.
Yeah, maybe we didn't get it, or maybe it's just this one, the Pokemon Center one.
That's when you saw for 1,000?
This is no box for 1,000.
Wow. Yeah, these clean boxes, dude.
Yeah, that's clean, closed box, not for sale. Very cool. Top floor of Sweet Potato. Yeah. Check this out. Sucks that the piece broke, but nonetheless.
That's when they put the no running rule in there.
Yeah, maybe that's when they said no running. A kid got excited. Let's take the stairs here.
I'm all over the stairs.
Yep. Here we go. No, this should be one of the arcades, I believe, or like the crane games on one floor.
Crane games are probably 3 floors, bro. I'm not gonna lie. There's probably three floors of crane games on there.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, pachinko. That's what we need to be, bro. Big apple. Pachinko
Big
parlay.
Apple. These are fully loaded anime souvenir bags. For
It's a mystery box.
8,000, 6,000, and they have like all these little trinkets. Maybe they are mystery bags, or that one you see it's a mystery. But what's crazy is that they have them right here on the streets. And anyway, this can never happen in Canada. That they just have these bags right here on the street. This would never happen.
Canadian heritage in me has almost got me grabbing them off the street, man. But I know better, luckily.
Yeah, it's crazy. Wow. All right. Let's just keep moving.
Let's go to a pachinko.
Yeah, so you could get some Yu-Gi-Oh cards out of a vending machine. Imagine, even the Yu-Gi-Oh cards out of, sorry, not a vending machine, but a claw machine.
As long as you get to keep those cute little drum guys, bro.
This might be the smallest shrine I have ever seen here in Akihabara. Check this out. This is it. Doesn't go any further. That's really the whole thing. Very interesting that they were able to preserve it between all of these buildings, they still made sure to keep it. Very cool. I don't know if it, I think it's loaded. I think it's just loaded. I don't know if it's for sure. Freaking lost, bros. Let's get out of here. 4 out of 5. That's good enough. Let's get out of here. 2030. Pop Mart vending machine.
1815.
1815.
It's not cheap.
It is not cheap.
Add to cart. I'm not doing it.
Forget that. No, we're not doing
I
it.
don't want to carry that shit around here.
No.
Otherwise, I probably still wouldn't do it.
Probably still wouldn't do it, yeah. It could have been $3, I wasn't doing it.
Yeah, probably not do that. What about the crane, bro? You hit the crane?
Crane, if you want to try it.
One crane, 1 attempt.
One crane, alright.
1 attempt on the crane.
Nah, that's just creepy. That's not for me. That's just creepy. Those eyes are way too big in those.
I've done that with my family. We did it was like $15 or something.
15.
Yeah, we got like 5 photos and we all look like weird.
All look like this.
It's like really uncanny valley shit. Honestly, the photo that we have is so like horrific that it was kind of worth it.
Look at this.
It's like a treasure for us, you know. But it's really sad actually. I was in there. In the main place, like they do it in like Harajuku area, it's like super popular.
Yeah,
there.
Harajuku.
And there's all these like young girls there, like getting dressed up to go do it and like take photos. It's like super
it makes her eyes huge.
Yeah, it's like super like body dysmorphia maxing, bro. Like it's actually really depressing in its own way.
I could see that.
It is, bro. Like they don't want their eyes to be small. It's like, dude, your eyes are small. Like, you know, a lot of people have problems.
Look at this thing over here. That's like, oh, look at that. Very cool.
This thing's called like. And then you'd have to.
So you put this together.
Yeah, you put it together, but not only that, you have to like clean up the molds too. You have to clean up the mold lines. Do all this shit.
Like sand it down.
A lot of pieces in this would be made of resin too, which is just a nightmare to work with. Like, yeah, this is like a normal size like Imperial Knight, but these Titan things are like very, very niche and they're very expensive. You can get a Knight for like 150 though, but this won't be cheap. Badass, bro.
It is cool.
It's really cool.
Even the way
Somebody's
it's
painted all this stuff, you know?
Reminds me of Borderlands.
These guys are, this is like an orc theme thing, so the orcs are pretty Borderlands.
Yeah, it looks like Borderlands. All the different paints.
Yeah, the paints here, like, if you're really into the hobby, you don't buy the paints from here, because like, they're really over expensive. You can get other cheap
Yeah,
paints
you probably
from, like,
know all the others.
Yeah, there's way better. Well, not better, these paints are good.
Maybe that's why you don't need this quality, maybe.
Pardon?
Look at that, each one painted like that.
Yeah, those guys are called Tyranids. They're like
That's
hive
so much
minds.
work.
It is, but there's ways to like minimize it. It looks like a lot more work than it is. But it is a lot of work.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Very cool. So this is the Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, it's like a fantasy style game. And a lot of the 40K shit's more popular than sci-fi shit. There's more of the Sigmar dudes. It's pretty badass.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Look at all the different colors, just to get like.
The swamps are crazy.
swamp.
I've never made like a big terrain piece like that in my life. These are some of the bigger, like the bigger characters for like some of the things. Those are pretty bonkers. I think those probably be like $140.
See, I can't get into something like this because if I get into this,
It's bad, bro.
it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, you really don't.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
These guys, I like these guys a lot though. These ghostly ghouls.
But do they buy them like this?
No, that's painted.
So it's painted, so you buy them like how we saw.
Yeah, you buy them gray.
Like
You buy them
box
gray.
like this,
You
okay.
buy them completely disassembled too. So they're like on these they're on these sprues, like these flat sprues.
like a diecast car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, bro.
These newer Ferraris though, they make no noise.
Probably got the valves closed.
No, trust me, they make no noise. I've seen some of them give gas, and it's a little bit disappointing.
I really could not be more serious about grilled cheese because people will talk down about it. People act like it's like not a real food, not like a serious food, and it isn't, but it could be. People just don't give it the space to be.
Yeah, they don't give it the opportunity.
They don't give it the opportunity. And yeah, like now people give it respect all of a sudden. You know why? Because now they're frying the cheese on the outside of the grilled cheese. Now they're making the cheese outer coating, crispy outer coating for the grilled cheese. And now they're using like French baguette, sourdough baguette. Now they're doing that stuff. You know who was doing that stuff 11 years ago? I was, bro. I'm serious about grilled cheese. I've been serious about grilled cheese, and I'm not putting grilled cheese down. The one bad thing about my grilled cheese is, I use ketchup. Yeah, ketchup's cringe.
Well, yeah,
I know it, you know it. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows ketchup's cringe.
But that's the value approach, right? You're thinking of the common man.
I'm full value, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
you're thinking of the common man is what you're doing.
I'm not taking concessions, and I'm not making concessions.
Yeah.
I'm making grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. And I'm cooking that shit, and I've been cooking that shit, and every month, every year, I get better at making grilled cheese. But
Hell yeah.
if there's one place I will not skimp on the ketchup, it is a fucking grilled cheese, bro. I will keep doing it. But also the mum sauce. I don't know, you probably don't have that here.
The what? The bum what?
Mum sauce. It's like this
mum
weird.
sauce?
Yeah, people don't know about the mum sauce, but it's like this weird hot sauce that's like made for breakfast foods. But if you mix that with ketchup, you get the grilled cheese going. I don't even know how to explain it. It's a very mild, like thick sauce. Almost reminiscent of ketchup in its own way without using any tomatoes. It's sweet, but spicy. Yeah. But yeah, bro, I don't know. I swear to God, when I was putting the crispy cheese on the grilled cheese, nobody else was putting the crispy cheese on the grilled cheese. Now everybody's doing it. That doesn't matter, man. Now I'll confit the garlic. Now I'll put that on the grilled cheese. Now I'll go patty melt with it. Now I'll go Oklahoma smash patty on the grilled cheese. I'll keep reinventing the grilled cheese, and no one will ever do it like me.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Okay, you got your video.
Likely can't see it, but it's late at night. Just minding my own business now after a day of playing in the arcades with our Canadian friend, gambling and losing just under $12 at the casino. We did other things, but nonetheless, I'm just minding my own business with a McFlurry, obviously. Wooden straw, by the way. Or sorry, wooden spoon. I'm not even gonna get into it right now. Like, it's just, if I was not under the weather, the rant I would be on right now would be unrelenting. What I was saying, I was just going for a nice walk late at night. Weather's good, super safe, and don't I see a Toyota 2000 GT. Now you probably can't see it in the camera, but this is a real Toyota 2000 GT. Tomorrow we are absolutely passing by here to go inside and take a photo. This is a Toyota dealer, I'd assume. Toyota Mobility Tokyo. It's not far from my accommodation. We will absolutely pass here tomorrow, assuming it's open. We'll get that for you guys. But this is where it is. Alright, good morning everyone, and we are back at the Toyota place. And we'll see if we could go inside today to see the Toyota 2000 GT. Those who don't know, there's only 351 of these that were ever made. So
So seeing one is always a big deal. And they only made them from 67 to 70. And I believe it is Japan's first supercar, and the engines were designed by Yamaha, 6-cylinder. They were also in a James Bond movie, I think like 50 or so years ago. Let's go see if there's a way to get in here so we go look at it. Likely couldn't see it from the video, but I'll post up some photos. It's not a concours car, but it's definitely in very good condition. Even the rubbers and all, there's very minor cracking. Might even be original paint, completely original body, which is quite interesting to see. But if you don't know, now you know. That's a very, very rare car, which surprisingly, I mean, out of the 351 that have ever been made, I've seen probably 10 to 15 unique models. And I always check the plates too. I check the VINs just to see. And I've seen probably 10 to 15 unique ones. Most recently in Osaka, I saw one. And never driving though, never on the road. I always see them parked in museums. Here in Odaiba, there's 2 of them at that one place. There used to be the Toyota showcase where there was 3 of them. And that place doesn't exist. It could be that may have been one of the cars though, but I don't recognize the VIN. Anyway, we'll keep on with the day. I spy a wrecked RX-7. Maybe we'll go take a look. Let's cross at the crosswalk as we do here in Japan, and we'll go take a look. I think we're allowed to enter that parking lot. Let's go see what it is we find. Not quite certain we're allowed to be here, but nonetheless, this is... I mean, it's not in that bad of a shape, really. Needs some body work, obviously some mechanical work, but the car is almost complete. It's not that bad. I mean, it's really not that bad. You know, it's gonna need a lot of things changed, but it's not it doesn't look like it's a rotisserie restoration here. I mean, it's really not that bad. It definitely can be brought back to life. It's going to cost, in my opinion, at least, assuming the mechanics turn, it's going to cost, you know, at least 15 to 20,000, 10 alone in body work, but it could be done. What do I spy over there? Let's go take a look. Just find anything anywhere. SB Factory, I never even heard of this place. I don't know what's under the tarp, but I'm not going to touch it. There's an NSX being worked on in here. Here too, there's the Bug-Eye NSX. This is an NSX-R. And here's another one, NSX-R. Very cool. There's another one in the works. Really do just find NSX-Rs sitting here. This one you could see like they had the hood repainted at some point. It's got, you know, some dents. Got a dent over there. Likely perhaps been tracked. I mean, the interior looks like it's getting some fixing done. This one as well just looks dirty. Looks dirty, maybe just some cracking around the hood. Overall, I mean, yeah, they just look like they're original condition cars that have been driven. don't see those just anywhere. Those are real NSX-Rs. I mean, look it up. They're definitely very rare. We'll continue going to where... Oh, look at that. There's a Nissan GTR right here in this parking lot. 2017 maybe? I couldn't even tell you. They all look the same to me. Just a GTR hanging there. Where was I going? I just keep finding cars in parking lots here. Where was I going? I think I was going that way. You know, let's just keep heading that way and we'll see what else we find. This is why you always have to keep your eyes sharp when you're in these industrial areas, because I mean, there's less than 500 of those NSX-R Mays, less than 500 of those NSX-Rs ever made, and I just seen 2 of them just sitting around. Possibly a third one in the shop. You couldn't tell, it was too dismantled, but possibly a third one. The only other time I've ever seen one was at Spoon Sports, but you always look into, or I think it's called Type Sports or something. But you always look in these garages. You never know what you'll find. But we're still not at our destination yet. I'll show you guys shortly just where it is we're going. Hell yeah. F430. HKS in the background. We'll pass by here. We came here 5 years ago. We'll check it out. I seen 2 real Nismos, R34 Nismos that were here. Again, very, very rare cars. I saw a 2,000 horsepower GTR. And I saw some cool crate engines. Let's see what we see this time. I also spoke to the owner. He happened to be here at the time. We spoke a bit through Google Translate. He just wanted to know how popular the brand was in the West. And I said, everybody knows. I mean, you know, check your sales. Everybody knows HKS. It's one of the big dogs. So we'll go check it out, and hopefully it's opened and there's stuff happening in the garage. I came here purposely on a Friday because on Fridays these garages could get quite active. We'll see. Lots of parts. Interesting that it's the same price that we pay back home, yet we pay customs, shipping, duties, taxes, etc., but it's the same price. Very interesting. A complete RB26 crate. Brand new. Very cool. Transmission as well. Well, not as much as the last time. The last time there was even cars parked here, customer cars. There were some R34s here. Now in the garage, I mean, it looks like we have some Skylines. Well, 2 of the GTRs and the Skyline here. We have one of those that we don't have. Those kind of Yaris's, or maybe we do. Nonetheless, very cool cars. That's a real GTR with a roll cage inside. How cool is that? That statue just gets to wave his penis at traffic all the time. At will. Very interesting. Very cool. I know what you're thinking. What are we doing back here? We will go sit on that same bench where we got attacked, and we will face our fear, because they say that you need to face the fear. You know what? I don't really know what they say, but we're going to find that bench. We're going to sit on it again, and we will not get attacked. I think that's how we're supposed to get rid of the fear. Let's go find that bench. Hopefully nobody's sitting on it, but we're going to do that right now. came here to sit on the bench, but then the McLaren pulled up, F430 pulled up, 997 turbo, 997.1 turbo pulled up. Anyways, let's sit on the bench. But it is Friday, and apparently no cars pull up even on Fridays. It's really, it was this bench I was sitting on. It's really only the Saturday and Sunday mornings, but tomorrow morning is raining. So I don't think, I hear something else in the distance. If it comes around, I'll capture it, but I hear something else in the distance. Oh, Camaro. All right, that wasn't the goal of this video. And that's the Camaro with the kit, and there was V8 in it. Anyways, so it's 15 minutes we're here sitting down. Been attacked by bugs, but no spiders, so yeah, I'm not sure how this whole conditioning thing is supposed to work, but here we are, fighting the fear or something. Just cut the clip. What are we doing? Cut the clip. I have stuff in my teeth. Just stop it. Stop. Those are still cool. They've always been cool, but 10 years later, they're still cool. Yeah, I'm eating another ice cream. One hurricane, two hurricanes just decided to show up. Solid. Is he gonna turn? I think he might turn as well. Both stock exhaust though. Can't have it all. We need a V12 Bull to show up. That's what we need. You know, it just doesn't get old. This is one of the newer Hurricanes as well. Solid. Look what we got here. Very cool. You know what I'm really craving right now? Chocolate. We're gonna go find some. This might be a hot take, sort of like how I say I don't like Attack on Titan. That's a hot take, but my hot take is the Gallardo looks better than the Huracan. Absolutely take an LP 570 Superleggera over these. It's a hot take, but it is what it is. Probably spoke about this prior, but this chocolate croissant is the real deal. So we're gonna have this chocolate croissant while sitting on the bench where we were attacked by the spider days ago. And they both pulled up here. That white one is very nicely restored. Very, very clean. New sheet metal and all. Alright, I spent about 10 minutes speaking to those two pickup truck owners, and it turns out that I'm going to be meeting up with one of them at a car show Sunday in Odaiba. That should be a cool car show. They say hundreds of cars sometimes show up, so we have something to do Sunday. Hopefully the weather turns out, and then after that we're going to see some cars. So from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Either way, I was going to be over here looking out for cars. So instead I'll be over there at a car show. It's only about $16 to enter. It's maybe like another $4 to get there. So we'll see what it's all about. We'll check it out. That might be an entire video on its own. I don't know how this keeps happening to me, but it's legitimately 15 minutes I'm walking around. I have no more cash, and there's not a single convenience store around when I need the cash. But I'm not far out of Shibuya here. I'm maybe a few minutes out. Nowhere. Only when I need the cash. Can't find it. Lock and loaded. We found the 7-Eleven in an office building. So we keep on. Maps is such a bad app. So is Apple Maps. It can't find you. It's skittery. You're jumping everywhere. Anyway, we're back up the steps now. We got to cross the bridge apparently. It just keeps floating us all over. Interestingly enough, that looked like it was a family. It looked like there was a kid in each passenger seat, and it was the mother in the 812, I think that's an 812, and there was the father in the SF90, I think that was an SF90, not quite certain, but nonetheless, it looked like that was a family of 4. Very interesting way to travel, but very cool at the same time. And I think there's some sort of baseball event going on around here, because I keep hearing music, but we'll walk, and once again, I'll film something if it looks interesting. Check out all the vending machines here. And they all generally sell the same stuff. Just about the same stuff, multiple times. Oh, except this one. This one sells ice cream. It's a lot of vending machines. I don't know what I just stepped on, but it looks like it just made the bottom of my feet slippery. So let's get out of here. Alright, I think I'm confusing the F8 with the SF90, but this might be one of them. This car makes a little bit of noise. And there it is. It's the same one that I saw before. I need to see the front of it, that's the problem. I don't know these models well enough, but you'll hear it now. I think it's an SF90. There it goes. The problem is here in Japan is that cars are inspected every 2 years from what I understand. And that's why nobody has modded exhausts, because if it doesn't conform to whatever regulation, then the car can't get plated. And you know how it works. Same thing everywhere else, then you can't drive the car on the road. Legally anyway. Crazy to me how it's the middle of a Saturday afternoon and we are in central Tokyo. We are in Akazuka, and there's a big boulevard like this and there's no cars. I mean, look, even around us there's no cars anywhere. That they just don't drive around, so I guess they're using public transit or something, but there's just no cars. And even look at the quality of the roads. So you see the way the roads are made. They're made with better asphalt, and there's no cars using them. McLaren right there, and yeah, you see, you get the green light, you get this influx of cars, and that's it. This is the most you're gonna get. The more I think about it, the more I realize I should have purchased those 120 yen vitamin D beverages. The Suntory one, not the Kirin one, in Osaka, because here they're all 170 plus, and it just doesn't hit the same at that price. Because remember, when we're looking at things, there's always the price to satisfaction ratio. Value is everything. Value determines whether or not it's good. And in that case, at 170, it just doesn't hit the same. Nope. Mistakes were made. We learn. We press on. Hell yeah. Heard it from half a kilometer away. got on the spot, we got on film. That's how it works. That's the first Aventador we got who decided not to step on the gas. Very unfortunate. I said it years ago, and I'll still stick to it. The 997, I think, is a future classic. I mean, the GT3s, the GT2, the GT2 RS, only 500 made, all of them in a manual. Only in a manual. After that came the 991 with the base models having turbos, emission control, this, that. Not that they're bad cars, but, you know, they didn't fully lose their touch like Ferrari did, but it's not the same thing. Yeah, I'm eating another ice cream. Whatever. Only like the 35th one this week. There's a big crowd here, but I'm not sure what's going on. Let's go see. Looks like it's just baseball going on. I could hear a V12 in the background though. That's what's really grabbing my attention. Let's go closer to the street and see what we're hearing. Because I could hear some engines. Cool, bunch of unique looking bikes. Don't know enough about bikes. There was a V12 Aventador that I heard. Unfortunately, it turned back on that one street where I was talking about no traffic. It split to the left because I was still able to hear it in the distance. Very unfortunate, but I think it's still that same modded black Aventador that just drives really slow, makes a lot of noise, but fortunately doesn't get out of first. Nonetheless, we continue to press on. Definitely not a stock exhaust, and I respect the driver even more for that. With the manual, 997 GT3 RS, 997.1 I believe. Center locking wheels, manual, aftermarket exhaust. That's how it's done. We see here this looks to be an aftermarket AC compressor, but we could see that there doesn't look to be any power steering or power brakes, but there is AC. Very cool. In this old school Rolls-Royce. Check out the back. Even back in those days there was a lot of space to sit the people comfortably in the back, sort of how Rolls-Royce does it today, even the place to put your feet. So there's the little stand to put your feet. And the drawers, the trays. So this first one here is an F8 Spider with a Mansory aftermarket body kit on it. And the second one here is a limited production. I think there's only 600, maybe 599 of them. It's the SF90XX Spider. So it's just a more track-focused car. As you can see, more vents. There's the fixed spoiler on the back. A little bit more of a radical look. Maybe it'll make more noise, we don't know. The owner's around here, I mean, maybe when he leaves we'll hear it. Unlike the other SF90s that we don't really hear too much. So, 2 limited run, limited production cars, should I say. But the Mansory is in fact an aftermarket kit. That is not something that you get from Ferrari. These new Ferraris make no noise. It's crazy. That's supposed to be a track-focused 1,000 plus horsepower SF90 XX Spider limited edition. 599 I think were made. Twice the downforce of the base model SF90, which is already considered a supercar. No noise. Crazy. Anyway, maybe we'll catch a few classic ones that are going to make some noise. So interesting, the car culture here. It's just the dude pulls up in 991 911 GT2 RS right over here. Now he's just sitting on the bench and having some sort of verbal argument on the phone. That was it. He's just been here on the phone for 10-15 minutes. Very interesting way of, I guess, garnering the car culture on this particular street. Yesterday we saw somebody pull up in their Ferrari and they just pulled out a lawn chair and just sat on it for 15 minutes and then they got up and left. So this is truly the Cars and Coffee where people show up and leave when they want. Not a car show. It's just a place to gather. Here goes McLaren. He's been around. Or sorry, they've been around. There's 2 people in the car. They've been around for quite a while. Let's continue the walk. Looks like all the cars are coming out to play. I think that's a 296. I think that one is a 296, but those two are very, very quiet. This one I could hear a little bit more. Maybe he has the valves open or whatever the situation is, that hybrid engine is not open. But nonetheless, they just don't make, I don't know what's going on. They just don't make noise. I hate to say this, but it really is the truth. I think Ferraris are no longer for car enthusiasts. And they are now just for people who like expensive things. It's no longer garnering to the clientele of auto enthusiasts, racing enthusiasts. It's strictly only collectors of luxury goods and people who simply like luxury goods. It has nearly nothing left to do with automotive enthusiasm anymore. I think we're truly at that point. Even those track-focused cars, they're never going to touch the track. Maybe one owner will make it touch the track. Maybe. 2, maybe. I just keep ranting about them. We'll cut this out. rotted exhaust and nothing. Ferrari's just downhill. So are the owners. It is what it is. Not all of them, but most of them, it looks like. At least here anyway. You don't see these too often. What I like about this particular one is the color. Very rarely do you see them in this color. You see them in silver, you see them in white, you see them in gold and beige, but in this light blue color, as some of you know, it's my favorite color for any car. That's what really makes it. This is a cool car. See, this is what a sports car is supposed to be. Uncomfortable, but it does the job. It's a sports car. It's not supposed to, you know, have the modern luxuries. This is what it's supposed to be. And then there's this. The duality of automobiles. Just give you an idea of how low this car is to the ground. And my knee is nearly above the wheel well. Just to give you an idea of how short it is. The windshield is about to my hip. That's the height of the windshield. See, this is a sports car. By the way, very interesting that he could just leave his phone there and it's all good. See, you just can't do this in Canada. It just doesn't work. Alright guys, it's a quiet Saturday here. Not much was done, but you know, we just hung out. Should be over this virus 100% by tomorrow morning. You know, ready for the car show. Hopefully there's a big turnout. We'll check in then, unless we see something else. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Okay, you got your video.